England Patriots made a big mistake taking Drake Maye with the 3rd overall pick. Now, this is going to be the nail in the coffin for Jarod Mayo and the New England Patriots next year. They're not going to win more than 5 games, if that, which means they're going to be back in the top 5 again, and there won't be a Marvin Harrison Jr. waiting next year. There might be some quarterbacks next year, right? But it's not going to be a Marvin Harrison Jr. The Patriots made a huge mistake. They should have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. There was only 2 options in this draft. You take Marvin Harrison Jr. or you trade down, you trade back, and you get some assets, and then you grab potentially a quarterback later on. Maybe you trade down some spots, gather some assets. You still could have gotten a decent quarterback potentially. Or, you could have done that. But to go out and get Drake Maye is not that. He's not that guy. He will not be that guy. I told you guys before that I believe that J.J. McCarthy is going to be the best QB in this class. Right? And everybody laughed at me. Now, J.J. McCarthy got to Minnesota. Minnesota is going to be good next year. J.J. McCarthy, now they can keep Justin Jefferson happy and hold on to him, Jordan Addison, and, whatever they do with the rest of that team, that offense is going to be pretty good. They're playing in the NFC North. McCarthy's going to look good out the gate. He's going to look good out the gate. He's going to make this pick look bad. Daniels is going to get a lot of reps early. Caleb Williams obviously is going to be good out the gate early, or should be good out the gate early, because he's got weapons in Chicago. The only guy who's out of those quarterbacks who got taken high that may not even, if he even sees the field, that's Drake Maye, because I don't think he's going to beat out Jacoby Brissett unless there's some kind of pressure from the front office where, like, Kraft is pressuring Mayo to say, hey, give the nod to Drake Maye, where clearly Jacoby Brissett might end up beating out Maye, because Mayo knows I need to win some games or I'm not going to be around to see a Drake Maye develop, right? Think about it. I don't know if I'm Jarod Mayo, I wanted to take a Drake Maye, because you're not guaranteed to be around. Jacoby Brissett is going to win that job. Right now, Jacoby is the better quarterback on the roster. He's the best quarterback on the roster right now. And Bailey Zapp is probably the second best quarterback on the roster. Is Drake Maye better than Bailey Zapp right now? No. So that means Drake Maye is the 3rd best quarterback on the Patriots roster. And you took him with the 3rd overall pick, hoping that he might be good 5 years from now. He might be great 5 years from now, right? That's your hope. But new head coach who needs to win games sooner than later, or he's not going to be around when Drake Maye even becomes what they hope Drake Maye will be. I just don't get it. I honestly think that the Patriots should have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. or traded back and potentially got another quarterback, whether you traded back down. Because if they would have made that trade back, the whole draft would have got shaken up. So meaning that they potentially could have been a quarterback good enough that would have been sitting there later on in the teens, and then they could have just developed that guy. He'd probably be better than Drake Maye. Drake Maye might be the most overrated QB in the class, and I think Caleb is not going to be that great either. But I'm not going to say I don't think Caleb's going to be. I think Caleb is overrated. I think he'll be good. But Drake Maye, in my opinion, had the answer. Not for New England. Now, if it was a different team picking Drake Maye, maybe. But New England's not built right now for Drake Maye to come in. That's a waste of a 3rd pick. It's just a waste. When you have Marvin Harrison Jr. sitting there. The Patriots, the wide receivers don't grow on trees, folks. The Patriots they have no history of wide receivers. And free agent wide receivers are not coming to New England. They're not coming. You could have had a cheap Marvin Harrison Jr. on your roster. You got a veteran QB in Jacoby Brissett. You could have gotten some wins with that. You could have built that up. That would have been the better option. Because next year, even if things go completely bad this year, which they still will, there might be a good QB class next year. They could have gotten a better QB next season. There's no Marvin Harrison Jr. next year. There will be some QBs next year. So you're going to be bad again regardless. Then you're going to be high pick. Now what are they going to say? Draft a QB? Oh, we took Drake Maye last year. We're not going to draft another QB in the top 5 again. But our team still sucks and we still have no weapons. And free agents are numb to New England. Offensive wide receivers are not coming to New England, folks. They're not coming. So knowing all that, you should have taken the wide receiver. That's what you should have done. So rest RIP for Jarod Mayo. He'd be lucky to last 2 years. And the only way you take a Drake Maye, if you think Drake Maye is so good that he could step in week 1 and be the best quarterback on the roster coming out of camp. And I just don't see it. Right now, he's the 3rd best QB on the roster. 3rd. And you took him 3rd overall. I don't get it. I don't have any more answers. I'm out. I'm done.